Are you a busy mom juggling the responsibilities of motherhood and trying to stay fit? Look no further than Fit for Mom. The programs were specifically designed by moms for moms, providing pre- and postnatal health, wellness, and fitness solutions for every stage of motherhood. From strength training to cardio workouts, they've got you covered, and your first class is free. Visit fit4mom.com and select the Westfield location to get in touch with Christina today. Welcome back to another episode of That Westfield Podcast. This month in January, we're highlighting health and wellness, and what is better than a little R&R with our friends Christine and John from Casa di Amici. Welcome back, guys.
Your Italian's pretty good, Amanda.
That rolled right off your tongue.
Listen, my grandmother's Sicilian. My grandfather's from Naples, and I grew up in Newark, so I'm like that little...
Your family.
Old school, Brooklyn, Newark, they were not far off. You know?
Yeah, pretty much the same place.
Totally the same exact thing. 1,000%.
Exactly.
That's probably why we get along so well. You know?
Absolutely.
Anyway, so you guys were on our show at the end of November telling us all about everything that you do here in Westfield, but you guys have this really unique company that I think a lot of people from Westfield can benefit from. So tell us a little bit more about what Casa di Amici is.
So Casa di Amici is a luxury private resort. So everything that we do to the homes, we now have 4. And everything that we do to the homes is about making you feel that you have a home away from home. Actually, our tagline is, our casa is your casa. Nice. So, and obviously it connects to our whole business because casa, home is where the heart is. And I know that's really kind of like a trite saying, but we really actually believe that because all of our greatest memories, and honestly, the pandemic, home became really the place where everything happened and life revolved around. And I think a lot of people really started to love being home. And then when travel was difficult, that's when we started our business. And, because people were driving, obviously, instead of flying, and this allowed people to have privacy, safety, and all of that. Mm-hmm. But I think we haven't completely recovered from all of that, and people are still looking for places close to home. Mm-hmm. You still have to get in the car and drive a couple hours, but Casa di Amici is really about bringing your family together in large groups because it was really inspired by our big Italian family of 50 plus. Now with John's addition, so Jeff and I, who's our other partner, is like we're about 50 all in for immediate family. We had John's family.
Another 25.
Yeah, so we used to all love going away together, but our family kept growing. So we love having a home that's large enough to host large family reunions, anniversaries, just family getaways. So we get to share a lot of memories with our guests.
Very cool. So you guys have multiple properties, and they all tend to be on the larger side for people to do this. And
we are diversifying the portfolio. So our newest house, so we have one in Wildwood that was the first that hosts about 24 people.
And that was the one that was on the show.
That was one on the show on Beachfront Bargain Hunt renovation. It's the Italian job. Right. Can you guess why?
Google it.
So then we bought one in Cape May Courthouse, which is about 10 minutes from Wildwood. That's the offshore town of Avalon Beach and Stone Harbor.
Nice, beautiful.
Now that's on an acre of property.
Very cool.
And that was a big project that we did.
You'll
tell us.
I mean, the house was gorgeous inside.
5,500 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
And not including the basement. It was also partially finished, but you walked out the back door, it was like 6 steps down to just grass. And there was nothing in the backyard whatsoever. So we literally added 800 feet of fencing to make it a private yard. We added a massive deck, a dining area, a new patio dining area.
Nice.
An entire Grecian pool and a 40-foot-long Grecian pool and spa.
Just threw them in.
Outdoor showers.
Just threw all that stuff
totally
in.
Cool.
And outdoor stuff.
And honestly, we thought about everything that we love in a home and everything that we want to experience on vacation, and that's what we brought in.
Yeah, and that's so important because hotels are great and they have all the amenities, but it's cold feeling, right? You don't feel comfortable. Right. You never quite settle in, even if you have a kitchenette. That's kind of like the best that you're gonna get.
And it's small.
Yeah.
Right. You're like very limited on
300
space.
square feet max.
And it's funny. I think a lot of people think when they're on a trip or they go to the beach for the week, they're like, oh, we're not spending that much time in the house. But when you have a big family, you are, because you're cooking most of your meals together and everyone's running around and everyone's showering at different times and everyone's in and out. Like, you need your home base to be comfortable and and safe feeling, especially if you have young children. So that's definitely a huge gap that you guys are feeling. We always ask the question, what is it what problem are you guys solving for the community? And this is really great. I think there's a lot of people around here who have really big families or do want to do that like close to home vacation, and this is definitely solving that problem for sure.
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit more about the projects, the houses. Do you have a favorite?
Oh gosh. I'll tell about the houses and then we'll answer the favorite.
Right.
The third house we just bought is close to North Wildwood.
Okay.
And then that's a 5-bedroom, 3 bath. No, 5-bedroom, 3 bath. That has an actual apartment on the first level with a long-term rental. We did more of a facelift on that house. It's got a brilliant front porch. There's a park right next door, 3 blocks to the beach. But next year, 2024. 2025 will be the big renovation of that one. We're taking the 2-car garage,
opening it up,
removing
the front walls, and
he's so excited.
One side wall.
Sounds cool.
And doing a container pool, half in and half out.
What?
Inside of it.
And if you've never seen a container pool, they're the coolest things in the world.
With a spa, so the spa will be on the inside, in the garage portion, and then we're building some seating in there so people can just hang out next to the pool, and then we're building a whole brand new bar across the other side that faces the rest of the yard.
And I'm going to try to convince them to do a pizza oven.
Yes.
Because we have to. That's a selling point.
I don't know any Italian people without a pizza oven in their short house. I think you might be the first ones who don't have one, but now I'm expecting it, and I'm really glad that I have you as friends now. So, just saying.
You should be.
No, seriously.
Especially when you taste John's sauce. He jars his own sauce.
John's gravy?
Yes, exactly. Oh, no. Did you just start a controversy?
I did.
Oh my God.
Guys, we're going to do a poll on the Westfield podcast
sauce
website.
Gravy is brown. Anyway, so then the fourth house we actually just bought, and it's a block from the beach.
Sick.
In Wildwood.
Nice.
And what's fascinating about it has 2 structures. There's a main house and then there's a cottage in the back. So the cottage is 3 bedrooms. It will be 2 bathrooms.
2 bathrooms.
Because right now it's 1.5. And then the front house was actually 2 separate apartments that were making one big house, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths.
Correct.
So then because of the raise of the house, we're going to be adding private dining space and outdoor space for the main house.
Under the home in the back.
Yeah. 9 feet we're going up.
So you guys are picking really unique properties. You're not just like buying a house, trying to flip it or just, do some cosmetic stuff. You guys are actually literally changing them into an oasis.
And we're saving the older homes of Wildwood. So there's a little known fact that John discovered, which was that Wildwood had more Victorians than Cape May at one point. Huh. But they, during that sort of retro doo-wop era, a lot of them just sort of converted.
They got torn down.
Right? And then, and a lot of builders in the market, they want to obviously maximize space. Listen, we get it. It's a smart thing to do. But our mantra as a business and as a family is save the old homes, save the furniture. That's the whole big thing. And that's what we've been really committed to is actually how do we maximize the footprint to host as many people as possible. Sure. And really, all of our homes, what's really different is it is about a gathering space for people to come together.
That's really nice. I think
who want to be together. Like, we don't want you to hang out with people you don't like, but yeah.
That's really cool. So how do people end up booking with you? You said you guys have, you're not on Airbnb and stuff like that. You have your own.
No, we are.
You are on Airbnb.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're on Airbnb in Verbo, but we also have a direct booking site. We're now on Google Vacation. They just launched a new platform. But we have a website that you can book through. It's Casa di Amici, so CASADIAMICI 143.com.
Okay.
And the 143 is kind of cool, though.
It's like, I love you, right?
It is. Yeah. And it's the address of our first house.
Very cute. That's so nice. You guys are so sweet. I love it.
I love that you knew that.
Well, that was the thing for the millennials out there, like back in like the AOL days, and you wanted to say something without saying it because you were like awkward and like a weird teenager, you would say like 143 instead of I love you.
Gen Xers did it because of beepers.
Beep.
We had beepers.
We stole it from you then, obviously.
Oh my God, yes, everything.
No. Okay. We definitely have our own identities somewhere.
We're going to have a Gen X and millennial gravy sauce battle.
And then we have Jake behind the camera who's 22, and it's just like, what are they talking about?
Yep.
But yeah, did you know that, Jake? 143? Did you know that was a thing?
I had no idea.
Next time you date a pretty girl, you just say 143.
No way you could know.
Yeah, I guess. Well,
it's a number of letters, and I 1, love 4, and you 3. Got that? Yeah.
he's like, I got it 6 minutes ago when you first started talking about it.
He's probably thinking that's like He's probably thinking that's caveman talk.
I love it. So yeah, you're obviously experiencing a lot of success with this already. So you said a lot of stuff's already booked out. Like January is like the time to book vacation rentals if you haven't done it already. Like this is like the deadline pretty much, right? Because
especially on the shore.
Planning ahead.
A lot of people go to the
Peak
shore
season,
regularly,
for peak season,
Right.
yes.
for peak season, but we rent year round, and there are. I don't know if people know that there are wineries and great golf courses, and the Cape May Zoo. It's an award-winning zoo, all in this area of the Jersey Shore. So we rent year round, and I mean, Cape May itself is beautiful for Christmas, and so is Wildwood.
totally.
There's a lot of things happening. So we actually rent. We just rented for Thanksgiving one of the homes, and we rent for Christmas and New Year's, especially if you want to have a big party with your friends.
Right. Like you said, reunions or like, older
Bachelorettes.
people in your family having
There's-
birthday parties.
There's always something going on down there.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the country music fest, you have the car shows.
Yeah.
There's so many things that happen throughout even October, November into December. And December for Christmas, you go to Cape May.
Right.
And even Wildwood does the same thing. It's a big thing down there. So
Yeah,
it is kind of a year-round destination.
I feel like if you just want to get away for a weekend, it's a lot more affordable than during peak. So get a group of your friends together, some of your cousins.
Yeah,
you know?
you can go and get all
Cousins
the
are my
cousins,
best
the
friends,
paisans,
you know?
and, so, totally, yeah. And it's funny. I see my cousins as much as we can. And they literally are your siblings when you're growing up. So it's really nice. So people could see photos and everything of the houses on.
Yeah,
on the
we have
website,
video
right?
tours.
Video tours, very nice. All right, cool. So again, run me through the sizes of the house and the bedrooms, just so people can have an
Definitely.
idea again what's available.
So the Wildwood Victorian house is 3 blocks to the beach. It's a 4,200 square foot house. It has an in-ground pool, hot tub, outdoor showers, and outdoor bar.
Nice.
Very cool. That has 8 bedrooms, and it has 2 living spaces and a chef's kitchen. That
Sleeps up to what, like
sleeps
four
up to
baths.
24.
24? Okay.
Yeah, and 4 bathrooms.
4 bathrooms.
One with a steam shower, just for the
Amazing.
record.
Which is amazing.
It's
It is
amazing. And then the second house in Wildwood is on Gledwood. It's North Wildwood. That is 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. It has a beautiful front porch, 2 living spaces, a dining room, a brand new chef's kitchen. Absolutely gorgeous. And then in a couple of years, get in now because we book up a year in advance on a lot of these houses.
Cool.
The third house will be a block from the beach. So the Glenwood house is 3 blocks.
Okay.
The new house is going to be 1 block to the beach and have ocean views.
Right.
So it has a rooftop deck, which is
Very
really
cool.
cool.
Not so much a roof. The deck right now on the front home is the second floor.
Okay.
Which will now be the third floor.
Oh, 'cause you're
we already
looking at-
have ocean views now, as it is. So once we go up another 9 feet,
Unobstructed.
Yeah.
Right. And so
that
will
house
be,
has 7 bedrooms and 4.5 baths total between the 2 houses. You can rent those separately or together.
okay. When do you think that one's going to be done and ready to
March.
rent? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
It better be.
You are a busy guy,
And
John.
then Cape May Courthouse near Avalon Beach is an acre of property, in-ground pool, hot tub, outdoor showers, outdoor dining, fire pit, like the whole thing. And then we have a monkey lounge in the basement. So each room is themed from a design perspective because I was the designer for the houses and John and Jeff for the GCs. So that house is 7 bedrooms with a bunk room that could fit 10 kids. Like
Very
it's
cool.
unbelievable. And it has a theater room and a game area.
So all that got done as part of the renovation on outside too.
Wow.
On the exterior, and that was a lot of work in itself. We expanded the bathroom downstairs to make it a full bath.
Yeah.
Then added the 2 bedrooms, but that 1 bedroom that has the bunk beds, it sleeps 10 people.
Yeah, it's a really
massive.
great space
It was a storage area.
that we
You
turn
just
into
converted
another
it,
room. Yeah, I mean, just smart living, right? Because now the kids have an oasis for themselves, and we have a gaming station down there. It's it's a blast, and that house is 5-minute drive to the beach.
That's perfect.
Oh, it's great.
And what's Wildwood like these days? Because like when I was younger, I would go. It was like not always the best area, but I feel like as time goes on, it's
It has
starting to get a lot.
changed again. I mean, I remember Wildwood when I used to go when I was younger, and that's how I actually wound up there. During COVID, we were going stir crazy in our home. I said, we got to get out of this house like now. We have to go to a beach. Let's just go to a beach every week. And Christine goes, well, where do you want to go? I said, and Wildwood came to my head. And we went down there, and we loved it. Then we went to Lavalette the next week. Jeff wanted to buy homes in Lavalette, and Christine and I were like, no, we're buying in Wildwood. That's
Right.
the place to buy. And there's been so much that's been done down there.
There's a major
recently.
restaurant scene, lots of breweries opening.
Yep.
There's a major renaissance on Pacific Avenue where they're trying to turn it into like a Key West
theme.
Really?
theme.
Yeah.
There's a big investors from BG Capital. They're building lots of new hotels on the boardwalk. They're renovating the entire boardwalk. And the great thing about it is that there's something for everybody. Our houses are in more residential areas. So you get the privacy, you get the quiet, but you're walking distance. It's a 5 to 7 minute walk,
Right.
depending on how
That's
you want to
perfect.
walk, right to the boardwalk.
Yeah.
The beach is deep, but
Really deep.
well, here's what I would say.
And I think that's why that's literally what people think of when they think of Wildwood. And
Right.
that always deters me a little bit, but that's why you guys having the houses and the experience makes that less of a deterrent.
So you have a pool as an alternative, but you also have they have taxis, beach taxis
Beach
that take you
taxi,
from the
yeah.
boardwalk to the beach.
Nice.
So if
I
you
dig
have a
that.
wheelchair, accessible issue, or you need, have elderly parents
or
that,
you're lazy.
or you just don't want to walk, there are those people.
I think what do they charge? I think they charge like $2.50
nothing.
to
That's
just
great.
drive you to wherever you want.
That's
to go.
awesome.
But the water is not as crazy as in some of the other shore
Oh yeah,
towns.
way calmer, right?
It is like Caribbean. It's crazy. And I'm like, this is insane. Like, we just love being in the water all day. And it's not stressful. When you have little kids, I know as a mother, when my little girl was like, we went to Asbury and like she was getting taken in. I was like, oh my God.
I know, it's rough out there.
And I just love that you could do something, do everything, or do nothing.
Yeah.
And it's such a great space for that.
Is it generally a little less crowded still compared to the other beaches?
I don't know about less crowd. I mean, because it's so big, everyone's
It never
spread
seems
out.
right. It never seems crowded.
There's another benefit to the big beach,
Oh, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, Wildwood is definitely one of those places you don't think of because it's so far, and you're like, you can go to 30 other beaches before you hit it, but we go down to LBI all the time, and it's always worth the drive. But Wildwood, I could see us taking a drive down there, especially when you make a place that's a destination that's totally worth it. You're excited about making that drive, right? What is the drive from Westfield?
2 hours.
2 hours.
Perfect.
I mean, and I just wouldn't go like on a Friday during the summer at 5 o'clock. Like, just don't do it. It's not smart. Either leave on a Friday morning or leave late on Friday night, and then
Very
you'll
cool.
cut over. You find your way around the traffic.
Yeah.
It's never that bad.
So is there something design-wise that's kind of like your pride and joy or something you guys did on any one of these houses that makes it your favorite or
Well, our
makes it really
favorite is
stand
the
out?
first house. Like, we never answered that question, right?
That's true. The favorite is leaving.
Is the yellow
Your favorite.
Victorian?
The yellow.
The oldest is always a favorite.
Yeah, exactly.
And
First
you saw
in line.
and you saw on the show what was my favorite one before. It was the
gut.
Victorian that I wanted to basically
Right.
redo.
Right.
That would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
I just think it has a special place in our heart. There's such a good energy in the home, and I do believe in that. I know I sound crazy when I say it, but
No, not
these
at all.
older homes and homes in general do have an energy. They take it on, and you sort of feel it, and it's just has this like warm hug feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you walk in, you feel like it's a warm hug.
Is there a challenge on your part, John, to renovating these older homes versus stuff that's a little newer?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a lot different the way they used to build homes before. I mean, leaning, thank God, the yellow house, there wasn't anything really structural that we had to do. But, when you look at it and you really dig through the house and you see certain things and you're like, okay, well, we were run into trouble if we tried to do this here. Especially doing the kitchen, we found a lot of stuff and you really get to see how the home was built. So there would have been some challenges there.
Right.
If you really had to do. But thank God, that home was in excellent condition.
Very cool.
It was
Yeah, it's
Really,
and I
it's
mean, you
more
think about it.
cosmetic other
It
than the
was
kitchen.
around from 1879. That's how old the house is,
That's old.
and it's 3 blocks to the beach.
It's solid.
So think about it. How many storms it survived?
Because they don't build stuff the way they used to back
They
then.
don't.
Absolutely
They don't make men like they used to. Either. That's why I got
Houses,
this guy.
men, anything. No, I think what you guys do is really special. And obviously, again, the last episode, you told us a lot about your, design and the contracting business. And then, when you just bring in the love, it's the same thing like owning any business, like owning the restaurant, for example. If somebody doesn't love to cook, you're going to taste it in their food. If you don't love designing and love building, it's almost like, we've been in new construction 100 times looking for houses and apartments, and it just feels different. It doesn't feel like a home, right?
You got to work harder to make it that, for
Right.
sure. I mean, it's a blank slate. Some people could say that's a canvas, right, that you can paint on. But I think the character of the homes, just the way you feel when you walk on the floor, you can sort of tell a house that's been, really built well, versus some of the newer stuff that's not as sturdy and strong.
And when you guys put the furniture in and everything, it's pieces you're designing yourself in your space? And
so the philosophy is we're saving furniture from the landfill while we're saving these older homes. We also try to be economical, and smart and environmentally thoughtful. On a lot, like one of our houses is solar. So, and we're eventually going to put electric chargers in and all that. So, to me, we try to save as much as possible. So we go to estate sales and actually fill these homes with furniture that we've salvaged.
That's great.
And that to me is like, again, even though they're big homes, we're trying to lighten the load of the footprint and not buy everything new. There's certain things you can't find that are antique, like a bunk bed. But certainly we try to do as much as possible.
Absolutely.
And then I redesigned the furniture. So
Very
they're
cool.
all... Furniture art is in every room. So it really is a sensory design experience from the sights, the smells, the sounds. We have a special playlist. We have special scents for the home. We actually give you a gift of pasta sauce and a pound of pasta and a bottle of wine.
It's classy.
To say thank you, be welcome to the family. There's these little touches and people notice them.
Yeah.
We have branded soaps and everything in the house feels like we are trying to tell you that we love you and
143.
enjoy this and welcome to the family.
I love that. You guys are the
Basically,
best.
all you need to do is bring your clothes. You get linens, you get towels, you get washcloth,
Right.
you get
It's
all
good
that.
to know.
Yeah.
That's
What about
part of the
shampoo
rental.
and all that? All that's in
Not
there.
the experience.
Not that we're probably. I'm trying to convince them to add it. But with allergies and stuff, it's a little scary with
Very
people.
smart. Very smart.
So we're never sure like who's allergic to what, and there's nothing that is completely. You know what I mean? Like safe,
and
100%.
put all the information on the website so they know exactly what to bring, what to do. So again, tell them again where they can find all the information, where they can book. If they want to email and ask you questions, let them know.
So you can visit us at casadiamici143.com. You can email us at casadiamici143@gmail.com. No, just at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try that again. casadiamici143@gmail.com. Or you can call me anytime at 347-432-8103.
You just put your digits out there.
I did.
You should just get
I'm
a beeper,
ready.
and then they can beep you 143.
143.
That is genius.
I think that'd be really funny.
It's happening.
I
I
bet
don't
you
even
people
make
would
them
do.
anymore.
Do they even? How do you even get beeper service now? Who
I don't
does
even
that? Does
know.
anyone
It
offer
doesn't
that?
exist.
T-Mobile? No.
I don't know. We'll have to ask. What's Ryan Reynolds? He's in the game now. He might know.
Maybe.
Cool. All right. So beep them at 143, and you guys will be able to book amazing, beautiful houses. I myself will eventually make it down to one of these, and we'll post a review. And if you are going to enjoy one of these great houses, make sure you leave them a review on all the sites, because that's really important, and it helps people find that you had a really great experience, and helps them make everything even better.
It is so important. Superhost. We're Superhost on Airbnb, and we're Premier Host on Vrbo for the last year. So that means a lot to us. To people feel so good about being in our spaces.
Very cool. I love it. All right, guys. Thank you so much
Thank
again
you.
for joining us, and best of luck. And maybe we'll have you back on next year when you have a couple more.
Molto
properties.
grazie, amici.
Ciao.
Ciao.